Well, our big claim to fame is that we're the birthplace of Route 66. And the story behind that is that when the national roadway was named, that got decided right here in Springfield. So there were transportation leaders from around the country who were meeting here with our leader, which was John T. Woodruff.
Right.
And they convinced the feds to name it Route 66. And the telegram came from the Colonial Hotel right there in downtown Springfield, right where we have the nexus of the Route 66 Festival back in, it would be 1926.
Welcome to In Our Town, Conversations with Springfieldians Making a Difference. I'm your host, Tom Carlson, publisher of the Springfield Daily Citizen. If you'd like to comment on this episode, our email is inourtown@sgfcitizen.org. We'd love to hear from you. Next week, starting Thursday, August 10th, Springfield will host the Route 66 Festival. It's an event that is expected to draw 75,000 people to Springfield. Of course, the big draw for car buffs are the hundreds of cars that will be on display. But there is a lot more. And here to tell us more about it is the city's Director of Public Information, Cora Scott. Cora, welcome to In Our Town.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure. So what day does it start?
It starts on Thursday evening, which is August 10th, with a kickoff concert downtown. We're calling it the kickoff concert street party, where everyone can come, have fun, see a couple of great bands, and get ready for the entire festival.
How many times have we done this now?
This will be the 11th annual over about a 13-year time span because we had 2 years off for COVID. But this is our 11th annual, and it has grown tremendously from being essentially a neighborhood car show when it began to the multi-day festival that it's become.
How many cars do you think will be coming to town? You know, the kind that people want to get out and look at, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this because the classic cars really are the initial and big draw of this event. And we are already outpacing our record numbers from 2019. So we already have over 500 that have registered, and usually the day of, we still take registrations. You can roll up the day of and be a part of the festival. So we could hit our goal of 700 this year.
Where are you going to put them all?
On the Mother Road, of course, on St. Louis Street, essentially from John Q. Hemmons Parkway through the square all the way to Campbell. So it's pretty much along a straight line, motor mile, we call it.
I see.
Yeah, so you can still get around downtown. That's the cool thing about this festival is it's on Route 66, so the festival goes down that strip, but getting in and around to all the other things going on, still very accessible.
Well, I looked at the schedule of events, and I see motorcycle repeated frequently. Tell us what's there for the two-wheelers.
Sure, absolutely. Well, Aaron Saxon Associates is our presenting sponsor for the festival, and they have what's called Motorcycle Village. So they have a charity bike show. They have a poker run, which is on motorcycles. I've never done this because I've never driven a motorcycle myself, but a poker event, and then just a whole lot of vendors for people who are into that motorcycle culture.
So will the motorcycles be in the same location as the automobiles?
They will be in sort of the middle of that footprint. That's where those motorcycles will be, but the classic cars will stretch out along that entire motor mile that I just described.
How many states do you think people are coming from?
Oh my gosh, we kept a loose track last year. We just had the honor system of having people put pins in a map, the old school way, and we had pretty much, I think it was 49 states represented.
No kidding.
And 18 countries.
And say it again
18 countries.
18 countries.
People don't realize that Route 66 is a draw around the world.
Why is Springfield associated with Route 66?
Well, our big claim to fame is that we're the birthplace of Route 66. And the story behind that is that when the national roadway was named, that got decided right here in Springfield. So there were transportation leaders from around the country who were meeting here with our leader, which was John T. Woodruff.
Right.
And they convinced the feds to name it Route 66. And the telegram came from the Colonial Hotel right there in downtown Springfield, right where we have the nexus of the Route 66 Festival back in, it would be 1926, almost 100 years ago.
Oh, my gosh. Now, I've probably got my history a little balled up here, but wasn't there some sort of contest to get claiming rights as a birthplace between Springfield and Tulsa?
I can explain the root of that debate.
Okay.
Because those national transportation leaders included Springfield's own John T. Woodruff and Tulsa's own Cyrus Avery. And then there were others, but Cyrus Avery was in on the discussion. But it happened from Springfield, Missouri. So the telegram came from Springfield, Missouri. So we feel that we have the naming rights as the birthplace.
Well, I think that would certainly be enough to convince me if I were on the jury.
Oh, thank you.
So you've talked a little bit about the Cars and Motorcycle Village, but there's a lot more. What else?
Yes. So a big part of this festival is music. And I'm so pleased to say that we're adding stages this year. So we will, and we've always had the Aaron Sachs main stage right there at McDaniel and Jefferson. And there are some big name acts that play throughout the festival there. And we've always had a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks stage on Park Central Square. This year, the Rotary Clubs have come together, and they are programming the Expo Center lot, which is further to the east. So there will be a stage with all types of performers there as well. And then in the Shrine Mosque, we will have the Great Route 66 Talent Competition.
I've seen some teasers about the talent competition. Tell me more.
Okay, so this has been my dream to have this talent competition for 10 years. I finally convinced KY3 to do it with me. We have so much talent in Springfield and the surrounding areas that I'm convinced that if we got the attention of America's Got Talent, then we could have some rising stars on our hands. Well, we have had, I think, close to 100 entries into this competition.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, so it's so exciting. And they've turned in their videos, and we will have the semifinal judging actually tomorrow. We're going to video record that. And then when the judges choose the finalists, we will have 20 finalists perform live at the festival in the Shrine Mosque.
And when will that be?
That will be on Saturday at 1 p.m. at the Shrine Mosque.
Does the audience get to vote or anything like that? Or
The audience can get to participate, but we do have 4 very qualified judges. Because the winners of that, the top winners in each of the categories, get a front of the line pass for an America's Got Talent audition.
Oh my,
So
really?
through KY3 and NBC, we're able to secure that, and we're very excited to see how far this can go.
Well, who knows? Maybe the next Britney Spears is coming from Springfield, huh?
That's right. Could be. Or Taylor Swift. Let's go with Taylor Swift.
Well, what about parking? With this many people, if I wanted to come, where am I supposed to park?
Yeah. If you go online to Route 66 Festival, SGF.com, there is a parking map, and there are a lot of free public parking areas surrounding this motor mile. And once you park in one of those lots, we have a shuttle system. So whether you're going to the festival or maybe you're going to a downtown business, you can hop on one of those golf cart shuttles, go in the loop, and get anywhere you need to go downtown. So we've got parking garages, we've got surface lots. I'm going to go on a limb and say that parking is going to be better during the festival than it is on any given night, because you're going to be able to have a golf cart shuttle take you into the heart of downtown. So if you want to go to Nona's for dinner, come on down, park in one of our free lots, hop on our shuttle, and we'll take you probably within a couple blocks.
Well, I know you've been working on this for a while. Have you ever had any sleepless nights about whether Jefferson's going to open up or not?
Well, last night and the night before and the night before and the night before that. Yeah, I do have a lot of confidence, though, in our Public Works Department and our current contracting group that's down there. I was down there just before coming here, and it's going to be done. It's going to be done.
You heard it here first.
That's right. You still won't be able to drive down it yet until after the festival. No, it's going to open up Monday. So,
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, my office is downtown, and I learned several routes to get there.
City Utilities had quite a struggle on that Jefferson area. There are all kinds of things unexpected under the roadway when they started working on that project. They found an old coal chute, and there's all kinds of things that caused delays in that construction project.
One of the things that I think is really cool about the Route 66 Festival is that we already have a car museum here that's really well known. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. The Route 66 Car Museum on College, which is just west of Kansas, owned by Guy Mace and his family, started out as a personal collection of automobiles, and they have opened up, and it's a world-class car museum. They do have some amazing cars in there. The Batmobile is in there. The Ghostbusters station wagon is in there. It's a really, really fun trip.
guy lives not too far from downtown Springfield, and I guess to keep the batteries charged on all these cars, if you know what to look for, you will frequently see him driving towards the museum, and Lord knows what kind of car today, but they're always just look perfect, and there's some really beautiful vintage cars that he has.
Absolutely. And he has international travelers come through there on a daily basis. In fact, his biggest days are not during the festival because people are looking at the cars that have come into town, but on a daily basis, he's got people from all around the world visiting.
I'm not surprised. He's an interesting guy. And I bet there'd be a lot to eat, huh?
Oh, my gosh,
Yeah,
yes.
tell us about what you've got going in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Springfield downtown, you work down there. They have some amazing eateries. And so all of those will be open, and some of them longer hours during the festival. Some of my favorites, Prairie Pie. But we'll have some food trucks as well throughout the festival footprint. And then Rotary clubs are bringing in some special surprises, I think, down there in the Expo Center lot.
Well, what else have I failed to ask you about? Because I know there's several pages of events here.
Yeah, there's a kids event at the Discovery Center. They're doing what they're calling SGF Kids Food Fest. So they've gone to all of those downtown restaurants and brought together some samples so that people can learn what all food is available even for kids downtown. So that's kind of fun. And they have inflatables and toys as well. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs are coming. We almost forgot.
I think that's
kind of a big
noteworthy.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the players. They're kind of busy right now. They've got a big game on the Sunday of the festival. But we have the Champions Tour coming to Springfield on Friday. So downtown in the Expo Center, this is free and open to the public. You can come and see the Kingdom Cruiser double-decker bus carrying the Super Bowl trophy.
That's
right. So
right.
the Lombardi trophy will be in Springfield. You can get your picture taken with it. They will also be in the parade. So I encourage people to come down, watch the car parade on Friday night, and you'll get to see that. And then we're ending it with a rally at the main stage, which is the Aaron Sachs stage there at Motorcycle Village. So it's going to be Friday night's going to be a really fun night.
So you're bringing 75,000 people into Springfield. Do we have enough hotel rooms?
We're going to be almost full. And that's the good thing is we want people to come. We want people to spend some time in Springfield, spend a couple of days. I don't know what the occupancy is currently, but I know that especially the hotels that kind of cater themselves to that Route 66 crowd, like the Rail Haven there at St. Louis and National, Rockwood Motor Court, those are not only full this year, they're already full for every festival weekend leading up to 2026, which is the centennial anniversary of Route 66.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do we have a lot of people coming in on RVs, and where are they staying? The fairgrounds, or do you know?
Yeah, a lot of them stay in the KOA campground.
Oh, okay.
Which is, I think, west of town. We also have some cool vintage motorhomes that are in the festival.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I love these guys. They have a club from various places around the country. They always are in the parade, so you'll get a good kick out of seeing them there. And then they're registered for the car show as well. So we usually place them together. And those old motorhomes are fun to take a look at.
You know, one of the things that I know you've been involved with over in recent years is all the downtown art. I think there's some really cool things to see.
It's amazing. I mean, the sculpture walk. We were down there just a few hours ago looking at the construction, making sure it's going to be done. And you can't help but just notice how beautiful those sculptures are. And they're lined up specifically so that when you're looking at one, you can see where the next one is. That's why it's a walk. And you can go from sculpture to sculpture. And we promote those as part of the festival as well, because you can see those along that footprint.
You know, a friend of mine is Bob Carolla, and he's been real involved in that. And it's my understanding that actually, if you really fall in love with one of those sculptures, those are for sale.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so I had noticed that a couple of my favorites are gone. I think they sold. But they do rotate periodically.
Well, I just think you need to tell the mayor to give you a salary raise, and maybe you can afford one next
Maybe
time.
I can afford a sculpture.
Well, that's about all I know to ask. What else?
That's it. We just encourage people to come down. Don't be afraid of the crowds. We've got a good shuttle system. Of course, the bus system is running, and there's a transfer station right downtown. We are equipped and ready for the crowds, and so there won't be bottlenecks. It should be a good time for everybody.
Okay. Somebody wants to learn more. Where should they go?
Our website is Route66FestivalSGF.com, and Route is spelled out, ROUTE, FestivalSGF.com.
Cora, thank you for being today's guest on In Our Town.
Thank you.
That's it for this week, and many thanks for listening. If you'd like to listen to other episodes, you can visit the Springfield Daily Citizen website at sgfcitizen.org/In Our Town, or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.